Warning. What you're about to watch is extremely controversial. The attraction method revealed in this presentation may be considered manipulation. Please use only the highest acts of ethics and morals. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hi, I'm Tina. Can you make me a promise? The man attraction secret I'm about to give you is so potent and sneaky, it may be considered mind control. So can you promise me something? Promise me you won't use it to manipulate good men, inducing them to do things that will harm them. Promise me you won't use this secret to steal another woman's man. And promise me you won't use it to get revenge on an ex by making him obsessed with you again just for fun. Promise? Okay. Like I said, my name is Tina, and if you're a woman living with an unaffectionate man, he just doesn't give you the affection and attention or desire he used to, as if he's emotionally checked out. If you're sick and tired of men always pulling away from you, always ending up stuck and lonely, even if you keep failing to get the attention of that ex or guy who keeps ignoring you, and you want an edge over every other woman, grab a pen and pad and take notes, because the secret I'm about to give you over the next few minutes will change your love life forever. After having my heart destroyed by my last ex, I stumbled upon a secret most women will never know about men. A secret you can use to make almost any guy obsessed with you. The Trinity switch, a biological obsession switch built into the brains of men. When you flip this Trinity switch on in a man, he'll become infatuated with you and only you. He'll be fixated on making you feel special, begging to prove his devotion. You'll be the only one he wants to hold tight in his strong arms. No other woman. When you flip this Trinity switch on in your man, he'll finally drop the games, the computer, and distractions, and he'll be antsy to flood you with the attention and affection and intimacy you deserve. When you flip this Trinity switch on in your man, just when you had the feeling he was thinking of leaving you, he'll slap himself for even considering another woman except you. When you flick the Trinity switch on in any man, you'll biologically program his mind like a computer to a permanent honeymoon mode for you. That mode when a man desires so much to make you feel appreciated and wanted and sexy. And the best thing about the Trinity switch, he won't even realize you're using it. He'll feel it was 100% his idea to go out of his way to make you feel special, because it's his own brain that's making him do it. And it doesn't matter if you're 20, 50, 80, single, married 30 years strong, a little on the plumper side like myself, any woman can use it. Discovered by doctors at the respected University of Pisa in Italy, leading scientists and anthropologists at the prestigious Rutgers University in New Jersey, even leading doctors at the National Institute of Mental Health in Rockville, Maryland, they proved in real lab tests this Trinity switch is the biological love switch of the male mind. And if you're like me, you may think this all sounds too good to be true, right? Trust me when I say I and other women who've used the Trinity switch thought the same thing, yet when we reluctantly tried the secret, we were shocked and amazed. Plus, once you see the real scientific proof of why this obsession switch works, you'll totally get it and have that aha moment. Why do I want to give you this power over men? Because it's my duty. After having my heart ripped apart by my last ex, after enduring years of pain in my hopeless love life, every guy I've ever desired would either suddenly lose interest in me and start pulling away, or downright cheat on me. I refuse to let another faithful, dedicated woman like yourself live through the same dark, romanceless hell I endured for years. I want to give you this power over men so you never have men slowly pull away from you and lose interest again. So you never have to cry yourself to sleep like I used to, wishing the man you're with would show you who he truly wants to be with you. So you never have to live life watching every other woman happy and in love while you sit on the sidelines in a sexless, romanceless, depressed purgatory like I did. Not anymore. So watch this video right now before the powers that be find out I'm revealing this secret. They would probably consider this secret manipulation. They'd rather us good normal women stay unhappy trying to live up to their skinny bitch reality, body shaming us to believe we're not worthy and we must be a 90-pound skin and bones model to attract men. If they find out a middle-aged average woman from Dayton, Ohio like me is revealing this man attraction secret, they may force me to close this website. So please watch this short presentation I made for you while it's still up. And before I continue, you should know I am not a relationship expert nor sexpert, and I'm definitely not a scientist. I'm just a normal middle-aged woman who stumbled on this after being sick of men pulling away from me again and again. So right here, right now, by the end of this presentation, you'll have the secret key to make any man you choose become a monogamy addict for you. Are you ready? Good. First, I have to tell you how I discovered this Trinity switch so it will all make sense to you. It all started 2 years ago. I was in a 4-year relationship with a guy named Rich. and I was beyond depressed because Rich, the man who said he loved me, showed me no signs of real love. All forms of affection I tried were rejected by him, even sex. I felt so ugly and unwanted. I couldn't even watch romantic movies anymore without crying. Even thoughts of suicide flooded my mind, but I couldn't because the enormous guilt piled on my heart at the thought of leaving my precious daughter alone in this world. I felt trapped, and just when I thought his lack of desire for me was bad, what happened next? My worst nightmare. It was a cloudy, dim Wednesday night. I had just got home from working a double shift. I walk in the house, and standing at the kitchen table is my boyfriend, Rich. A suitcase on the counter. And before I could even say a word, he lifts his head, looks at me dead in the eyes, and says it. The 5 words that destroyed my world.
I've been cheating on you.
My heart stopped, mouth went dry, and my throat closed. In shock. Then I snapped out of my paralyzed trance, and my heart suddenly felt like a million stones. 4 years of my life shattered in 3 seconds. Like a beautiful glass chandelier dropped from the 25th floor. I lost it. Threw my purse at him. Why? Straight-faced and emotionless, he just shrugged, and this is when I really broke down. Eyes swelling and furious, I shouted, "Well, at least tell me who it was."
Amber.
When he said that name, I felt my stomach turn inside out, like falling from the top of a 1,000-foot roller coaster.
And I'm leaving you. My things are already packed.
Nearly hyperventilated. Tears flooded my face uncontrollably. Amber, out of all the girls, it had to be her. Amber, a girl I would vent to whenever me and Rich were on the brink of breaking up in the past. Amber, a girl I let watch over my daughter while me and Rich had the occasional date night. A girl I considered a friend. The backstabbing bitch. A dark red rage swallowed my body, and my only goal was to ravage this woman because she just stole everything I worked my life to build. The life I moved 8 states away to start. The next few months of my life were a roller coaster of emotions. How could I have been so stupid? All the signs were there. Ever since I moved away with him when his job relocated, our relationship felt like we were roommates. He became emotionless with me. Barely any physical contact anymore. No hugging, no kissing, and the last 3 months, absolutely sexless. I can't even remember the last time he initiated sex with me. He showed me zero affection, and I tried to win his attention, yet he was so glued to his damn laptop or TV or phone all day to even notice me. And every time I'd bring up how I felt, he twisted, saying he feels everything is fine or something is wrong with me, or it was my fault. Is 10 minutes of attention too much to ask for? 10 minutes for the woman you asked to marry in 7 months? All I wanted was his affection, to be adored again. It just hurt so much knowing he didn't feel the same way I did about him. Yet never in a million years I thought he was living a second life. But my breaking point, I decided to check Amber's Facebook profile. Relationship status, married. Here I was with this man for 4 years, sacrificed everything and waited. 3 months after dumping me, he marries this girl? Her profile was flooded with pictures of her and Rich kissing, happy, and holding each other at the Eiffel Tower. He took her on the honeymoon we planned to have together. The whole town knew it too. A small-knit community. I would go to the local food mart and the look on everyone's face said it all. Look, there's a girl who can't keep a man. I couldn't take it. The shame and humiliation was too much to bear. I moved back to Ohio. And on that 1,211-mile drive back, so many things raced through my mind. The thought of being 43 years old and still not in the relationship I hungered for. Am I always going to be in relationships with a man that never fully commits to me? The woman who's always lied to, played for a fool, and cheated on? In all my relationships, the man ended up pulling away or losing interest and leaving out of nowhere. Halfway home, driving through Missouri, I look at my daughter. In the passenger seat, sound asleep. I wept, and not for myself, but for her. Am I raising my daughter to become a woman who can't keep a man? Is she always going to be just like mommy, never happy? Then something crazy happened. The tears stopped. A feeling took over my body I can't explain. A feeling of no more. Never again. I looked at myself in the rearview mirror and said enough was enough. From this day forward, I declare I'm never feeling this pain again. I'm never going to be humiliated like this again. I'm going to figure out a way to make a man, any man, so obsessed and hooked to being with me, he'll never pull away or never need to cheat. The woman my man can't be without. So I arrived back in Ohio and immediately jumped on the internet reading every website, even raided bookstores open and closed to answer the $1,000,000 question. What makes a man obsessed with you and only you? I became possessed with answering this question. And while I did learn a lot, the majority of the advice in all the books I read was chock full of advice like just be nicer to your man, give him his alone time, give him more sex, be a confident woman, cook for your man, and oh yeah, give him more sex. All the advice I've been trying for decades to attract and keep a man. So I gave up until I met up with my sister Sarah. Sarah had come back home on her yearly visit, and she brought her new boyfriend Chris, and they were all over each other like white on rice. They had been together for 2 months, and you could just feel the red-hot passion radiating from him to her. He was infatuated with Sarah. She bragged about how amazing he was, flowers delivered to her job, spontaneous weekend getaways. He was 100% all in. And as excited as I was for her, I felt indifferent because I knew Chris was still in honeymoon mode. You know that mode when you first start dating a guy, he's texting you a lot, complimenting you, wanting to take you out, going out of his way to make you feel special. This was Chris times 10. And 6 months from now, the relationship will be totally different, or worse, over. But I watched in awe of how attentive and loving and caring and lustful Chris was for my sister. And that's when it dawned on me. Why do men change over time in relationships? Why don't they stay like Chris? Of course, people change in relationships, it's natural progression, but why do men usually go a complete 180 degrees? Most men stop doing 90% of the awesome things they did to make that woman fall for them in the first place. If he was charming, now he's dull and as boring as a rock. If he was caring and attentive, now he barely pays any attention to you anymore, unless of course he wants sex. He'd rather spend his time on his computer, phone, or games all day. If he used to be so present when he was with you, now the connection and real intimacy is gone. And the biggest question that led to my breakthrough, what if men did stay like Chris, always craving and desiring and enjoying you as much as he did in the beginning of the relationship? Because if I could somehow keep a man's mind locked in that honeymoon mode, that would be every girl's dream relationship. Don't you agree? Could you imagine if your man never stopped doing nice things for you? Imagine if he never stopped trying to prove his commitment for you. Imagine if he never stopped lusting and aching for you. Imagine if he always gave you the attention you craved. Imagine if you were always on his mind because you were always his new crush. So I get home later that night, jump on my computer, and I stumbled upon a woman who changed my love life and yours soon forever. This woman revealed there is a chemical difference in the brain of a man infatuated with a woman versus a man who's not. And when a man is in love, 3 specific hormones in his brain psychologically cause his infatuation with you. That woman I learned these 3 hormones from? Dr. Helen Fisher, a leading anthropologist of Rutgers University in New Jersey. Known as a love doctor, Helen is a true romance expert backed by real science. She's a critically acclaimed author of books like Anatomy of Love and Why We Love, just to name a few, and I devoured all of them, her speeches, articles, everything. She's done real-life scientific experiments proving these 3 specific hormones, which I'm about to reveal in a second, they are exactly what fire off in a man's mind when he's deeply in love and infatuated with a woman. And I'll show her experiments in a sec too. First, you may think all this sounds crazy, just like I did. Yet the truth is hormones in our body cause all of our feelings. Ever felt angry at someone or felt excited about a new movie? Certain hormones firing off in your brain cause those feelings in you. A perfect example, during our time of the month, when we feel a roller coaster of emotions, frustration, irritable, mood swings, food cravings, anger, oversensitivity, just to name a few. Well, the luteinizing hormone in our brains is fired off and causes these feelings. This luteinizing hormone floods our brains, telling our body to release an egg, and a domino of emotions fall out of us. Well, guess what? It's the same with attraction and love. When a guy falls head over heels and is obsessed with a girl, 3 specific hormones fire off in his brain, primarily driving him to love, protect, and mate with the woman who activated his 3 hormones, all out of his control. Top scientists and doctors call them the love trinity of the male mind, because when all 3 are stimulated in him, it's like tripping a monogamy bomb in his mind and soul, forcing him to see you as the only one he wants. Remember when your man first fell for you? He was so interested in everything you had to say. His only mission was to make you feel special. When you two were together, he had blinds on and you were his only focus. He was so happy and proud to be with you, complimented you, did nice things to you and for you all the time. These 3 specific hormones in his brain biologically caused his infatuation with you. All 3 were firing off in his mind and body like a fire brigade. Now pay close attention to what I'm about to reveal next, because here's where I expose the 3 love trinity hormones to you. Number 1, oxytocin. Popular scientists consider it the cuddle hormone or the bonding hormone because it floods your man's mind during those intimate moments between you and your man. When he makes sweet love to you, when he holds your hand while the 2 of you are walking, oxytocin receptors ignite all throughout him. This is the same hormone released in our body when we give birth to our babies, and even when breastfeeding, solidifying the bond between baby and you. Oxytocin helps us feel good, and it triggers nurturing feelings and behaviors. This chemical is the bonding glue, and when you know how to simulate oxytocin in a man's mind by doing specific things, his attraction for you surges, primarily compelling him with the need to protect you, fight for your love, even kill for you. So that's the first hormone you must flip in his mind. Number 2, dopamine, considered the pleasure hormone by scientists. Remember that giddy, almost high feeling you had when you first started dating a man? Your adrenaline pumped. Your heart raced with excitement when you see him, almost losing sense of self. Well, guess what? He felt the same way because dopamine gushed through both of your minds like the Hoover Dam collapsing, and this was proven by Dr. Helen Fisher. Helen and her team of scientists examined the brains of 20 newly love-struck couples using an MRI brain scanner. You know, that machine that shows the pictures of brain activity? They showed 2 pictures to each man in the study. One picture of a random yet attractive woman and one picture of their new lover. The results were startling. When showed a picture of the random woman, nothing happened. Yet, when showed a picture of his new lover, dopamine overload. Pleasure part of each man's brain would burst with dopamine, setting his mind ablaze with euphoria for her, possessed for her just at the sight of her. And that's what you need to do in your man's mind. Trigger a surplus of dopamine so his infatuation for you will swell like a water balloon hooked to a fire hydrant. He'll almost be high on you, craving your company, your body, and not even considering another woman. And last but not least, number 3, serotonin, aka the addiction hormone. Ever heard of OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder? A mental condition where a person constantly checks things repeatedly and has the same thoughts again and again? Well, guess what? When a guy falls for you, biologically he has OCD for you. He couldn't stop thinking about you day and night, thinking of holding you, talking to you, sexing you. You overpowered his thoughts. I'm sure you felt the same way about him too, right? He was stuck in your mind, as if he was literally camping out in your head. Well, Italian psychiatrist Dr. Donatella Marziti of the University of Pisa in Italy found that men who recently fell in love had similar levels of serotonin in their blood as patients with OCD. That's why he constantly called, texted, wanted to take you out. You were his only goal, his fix, addicted to you, all due to his serotonin levels. So that's the secret. It all made sense now. To make any man affectionate, attentive, and nearly obsessed for you, simply switch on these same 3 hormones that cause a man to fall deeply in love in the first place. And biologically, he won't even have a choice but transform into that monogamous man who lusts and desires you. Flick on his love trinity switch. Now my next question, and maybe yours, is this. Awesome, now I know the exact 3 hormones that rush through a man's mind when he falls in love, and if I can trigger these, he'll lust and thirst and desire me like he used to. But how do I turn on a man's trinity switch? How can I easily trigger these 3 chemicals in a man's mind naturally, without gimmicks? Because last thing I want it to look like is the try-hard girl, or nagging him to do things I know he'll never even consider trying. Stabbing a man in the neck with oxytocin shots or slipping him dopamine pills in his drink was out of the question. All the solutions I found to stimulate these 3 monogamy hormones were crap. Pills, spells, potions, hypnosis, nymphomaniac sex acts, aphrodisiacs, or things I've already tried. I needed a simpler solution, something I could do naturally and not have to think about, something that wouldn't force me to drop 20 pounds, and something unsuspected, so no man would ever even realize I'm doing it. So I bought a new journal from Walmart, spent another 6 months of deep research, and I came up with 27 new, simple, practical methods any woman could do to turn on any man's Trinity switch. All in this one notebook, which I titled My Secret Trinity. Now it was time to test my 27 new methods. I got back into the world of dating. Nervous yet anxious, my friend Tiff sent me on a blind date. And guess who it was? Todd, a guy I had a crush on since high school. He was tall, had a chiseled body, star football player during our high school days. The bad boy every girl wanted. Not 15 minutes into our date, I realized he was still the bad boy type. He had player written all over him. During the date, he talked on and on about himself, and I knew this would lead to any type of relationship. Yet I said screw it, and I tried my tunnel vision method, one of the 27 methods I created that ignites dopamine levels in a man's soul, compelling him to become fully present with you. Todd immediately stopped talking. Eyes locked on me, and he became suddenly interested in me. He asked me a million questions. What I like, what I want out of life, why we never dated back in high school. Had to drop him a few weeks later because he became obsessively clingy, texting me nonstop, wanting to see me every day, and I thought it was a fluke. No way that simple method I did could work this well. So I dated another man, Larry. Met him on an online dating site. Now Larry was a pretty well-off guy. He was an executive at a thriving business, big house, fancy cars, took me on fancy dates to exclusive restaurants I'd never been to. I used my oxybomb method on him, a method that stirs a man's oxytocin levels sky high, making him want to bond with you. And guess what? I had to drop Larry too, because not 2 weeks into dating him, he was talking about marriage. Now you may think I'm crazy, because here's a man who would give me the lavish lifestyle I only ever dreamed of, yet I said no. Well, I'm old-fashioned, and I like to take things slow, and the thought of a man wanting to marry me after 3 days scares me. Then along came Dave. We met at a coffee shop. No blind dates, no online dating, all natural. He was a personal trainer at a local gym, and I knew in that moment we met, he'd be someone worth keeping. Fast forward 2 years later, we're both happy and as hot and as horny for each other like when we first met. Our relationship feels like a lifetime of honeymoon moments. And whenever I feel Dave is pulling away, or being distant, or showing any signs he's thinking of leaving me, I just pull out that notebook, do one of the simple 27 methods, and Dave's instantly whipped back into that state of caring and caressing me like I'm the only one who matters. It's the best feeling in the world, knowing I now have the power to make my man, or heck, any man I choose to be in a relationship with, keep that mindset where no other girl exists. His only mission is making me feel special. And get this, remember Rich, the guy who started all of this by crushing my heart and cheating on me at the beginning of this video? Well, guess what? A few months ago, he called and texted me nonstop, confessing he made a mistake, leaving me in the cold, and begged me to take him back. I found out Amber, the girl who stole him from me, she cheated on him, got pregnant by some other guy, and you know what I did? I never replied to any of his calls or messages and blocked his number just like he did me. The sweetest revenge. Because I'm so happy now. The methods I discovered and wrote in that secret Trinity notebook are worth a queen's ransom to me, and I kept that notebook stashed under stacks of shoes in my closet. And that was until my best friend Tiffany came crawling and begging I reveal my secrets at our weekly lunch date at Einstein Bagels. See, Tiff had spilled to me how she and all of our other girlfriends were jealous of me and Dave's relationship. She grilled me with questions like, what did you do? Where did you find him? Does he have a brother? I guess her husband and her had been on the rocks. Excited, I tell her all about my research and all the things I discovered. I tried explaining all the science to her, and it went in one ear and out the other. So I said, you know what? Meet me at my house tomorrow around 3. So the next day, I dug through my closet, found that notebook. I photocopied a few pages of methods I thought would help, and gave it to her. Anxious yet nervous, I show up to Tiff and I's next Tuesday lunch meet at Einstein's. And sitting at that table was a brand new woman. Her grin was wider than a size 55 dress. Her face was glowing like she was 7 months pregnant. She radiated satisfaction. Told me how after she tried my oxybomb method, her husband Franklin immediately started paying more attention to her. She said it's like he snapped out of a 10-year trance and became present with me again. And then came Kara, a girl I used to work with at Dairy Queen's back in college. I guess Tiffany had gossiped about her results and gave Kara a copy of the notes. Kara called me crying sweet tears of joy, elated that after using my duck welder method for a month, her longtime boyfriend finally proposed, saying he finally realized I was the one he should commit to. One by one, women would text me, email me, Facebook me, all about how these few pages of secret Trinity notes were changing their relationships almost overnight. I was overwhelmed. Yet the crazy thing? None of these women had even seen the other 20 methods in that notebook. Long story short, every woman told me I need to reveal my secrets to women around the world. So I sent emails to publishers, media outlets, and magazines like Cosmo, Women's Health, InStyle, Glamour, Vogue, and got no response. Frustrated, I gave up. Then I met a guy through my sister who publishes digital programs online. His name is Tommy, and he's been building websites for the last 10 years. With his help, I now have the secret Trinity formula online in a digital format, meaning every woman with access to a computer can get these secrets too. And that's where you come in. Now it's your turn. Your turn to be the one and only for your man. Your turn to have the power to make any man realize you're the one he needs to commit to. Your turn to reset any man's mind to honeymoon mode whenever you want. Your turn to be that girl every woman envies. That woman all men adore. And always showered with attention. All by flipping on his Trinity switch. I want to give you everything I know, so you never have to be known as that girl who can't keep a man like I was. Always having men pull away or cheat or never give you the time of day. He'll be 100% dedicated to you, locked into you, because now you know the truth. You now know the exact 3 hormones that fire in a man's brain when he first falls for a woman. And if you switch on these hormones, he'll fall for you like he just met you. And as I've shown you, me and other women have used the Trinity methods to do just that. Are you ready for this? Ready for your man or any man to say to himself, no more games, no more lying, I'm all in. I want to be with you and only you. What I've done for you is organize all 27 methods into a brand new program I call the Trinity Code. I call it the Trinity Code because it's the easiest way any woman can covertly switch on any man's 3 love hormones. And what's beautiful is you'll use these secret methods and they won't force you to be someone you're not, plus he won't even realize you're using them on him, because the methods are so simple and so covert. With the Trinity Code, you'll get all 27 methods I developed. Methods like the Panda. Use this method when you want to ignite oxytocin in your man's mind. With this method, he'll feel deep inside. I have everything I need right here with you. With this simple method, he'll yearn to be around you more often because it reminds him of how good it feels to be with you, cementing the thought of building a lifelong partnership with you. You'll feel so satisfied when he showers you with tenderness and affection. Plus, don't be surprised when his hands are anxious with caressing you and stroking you and holding you tight and tense more often than he does now. You won't get enough after you perform this method. Next, you're going to be getting the Heart Tensioner, a fascinating way to make your man focus back onto you. If your man ignores you, pays no attention to you, spends most of his time with games, gadgets, or TV than with you, use this quick method ASAP because it could flip his attention to you almost overnight. He'll be thanking you and elated with you and craving to listen to you. This is one of my favorite methods out of all in the Trinity Code because it makes him present with you again. He'll gape deep into your eyes, breathless and antsy to know what you're thinking and feeling, and you'll feel titillated knowing your man is locked like a vault on you again, bursting with giddiness, anticipating the next time he sees you, solidifying your connection with your man, period. You're also getting the Moon Reload. Do this and your man will instantly be reminded why he fell head over heels for you in the first place, rekindling that deep drive in his soul that made him hunt for your love and compassion in the first place. Oxytocin, dopamine, and serotonin splurge haywire in your man's mind when you drop this method. Beautiful thing about this method, it forces him to chase you all over again. You'll feel like the prize again. You're the dame he wants to thrill again. You're the babe he ditched his friends and distractions for again. You're the gal he drops everything for again. Just knowing you're his ambition again and not some other woman will seep feelings of satisfaction and a thrill deep inside you. Next, the Primal Pusher. Now, I must say warning, only use this technique if you must. This method will activate his alpha switch, transforming your man into a real knight in shining armor, cranking on his defensive genes for you. He'll run to your rescue, stand to protect you, jumping to clutch you in his arms. This method makes your man literally want to kill for you, sucking you to closer than ever before because he gets to play his masculine side full force while you emit your femininity. exploding the hero department in his brain, and you're the only one he wants to save. You'll feel so safe and wanted and cherished by your man again with this method. No more ignoring you, no more looking outside of your relationship. And a quick side note, you'll more than likely only need to use this method once, ever. It's that powerful. Enough said. Next, the ghost method. Yet another method you need to be careful with. So I want to say warning again, because it's so potent. If you've been with your man for a while, use this only if your man shows excessive signs he might be thinking of leaving you. Definitely if he shows you no affection anymore. This makes him hysterical about you, crazy about where you are and what you're doing right now. This method can fuse you two together tighter than a 28 AAA cup size, or it can literally backfire like a boomerang and whack you in the face. So please be careful with this method, okay? If your relationship is new, this can be wickedly effective to propel his eagerness onto you, making you feel like you're the only girl who matters to him. You'll be more important even than his mother. Yet, please still be careful with this method. Are you exhausted with your man not seeing eye to eye? Splash the villain stickum on him and watch how you and him bind together as that dream team, that power couple, that yin and yang, that local neighborhood celeb couple every other couple longs to be. An influential couple to be reckoned with and admired and envied. He'll feel like such a real man knowing that you and him vibe as one on the right side, while everything and everybody else that stands in your way is on the outside, connecting you two together as an unstoppable force. You'll feel superior like his queen as you and your king eclipse any nonsense tossed your way and win and build and create that beautiful life together you desired as a little girl. Now, side note, if you have kids, they will soak this up and look up to their parents and brag about how awesome their parents are. I know this personally because I see my daughter expressing this wonderful mindset when I do this method with my man Dave. Next, are you ready for the postpone maneuver? Do this one thing, and I promise your man will fantasize about you all day. No other woman will be on his mind. Note, he might even leave work, or better yet, call in sick just to spend the entire day with you, which is why I call it the postpone maneuver. I bust this technique out once a month to keep Dave and I's relationship scorching and lustful. I should do it more often, really, but once a month is enough for him. So just watch. You'll be the only woman on his mind after this, I promise you. So powerful. Every love gene in your man's mind is propelled beyond with this method. You're also getting the Beyonce. This method is so simple, yet very powerful. You can do it anywhere, anytime, in public, doesn't matter. It's almost like a mini aphrodisiac for your man, and it will make him perk up and feel strong and dignified for you. And the best thing about this method, all you need is your voice. This will get him to look at you again as my girl, that one girl he wants to flood with passion and gifts and desire. You'll feel so delighted and enchanted again by the way he responds to you after you use this go-to method. The next amazing method you're getting, the whore assassin. Insane name, I know, yet with this quick mind hack, your man will slap himself for even thinking about another woman. I love this because, let's be honest, every day your man leaves the house and is not with you, temptation abounds him. The girl he works with, the bank teller, the 22-year-old bimbo 4 houses down, as was in my case. Leeching women are everywhere waiting for the opportunity to snatch him from you. Wouldn't it be marvelous if he pictured them just as you do? The enemy trying to destroy your loving relationship? Well, that's what this method can release in your man. He'll say to himself, I would be stupid to interact with these women because I'd be an idiot to lose what I have with my sweetheart at home, and that's you. So I want you to try this method, and all those homewreckers will flirt with him, and their attempts will roll off him like a water off of a duck's back. You will also be getting the team dream casting method. Do this, and your man can't possibly see a future without you. You'll drill deep into his soul, arousing his dreams and goals and aspirations with you, and he'll know you're the only one, that ride or die girl he's been waiting for his entire life. After this method, he'll work harder, go the extra mile proving he needs you in his life. You see, every man dreams of the ideal woman, a woman who supports his dreams, satisfies him, and makes him feel like a man. And by using this method, plus every other Trinity code method, you will turn on those rational and emotional genes in his brain that stakes wide into his mind. She does everything I need. And like every method in the Trinity Code, this works if you just started dating or you're married 20 years strong. The next method you're going to be getting, the Donkey Challenge. Try this little hack for a week and I promise you'll wish you knew it when you started your dating life, because it will make your man itch to spend every day with you. He'll crave your presence and companionship, meaning you'll feel like that Hollywood star in his life movie, getting paid with his love and devotion and warmth. This is a method you can do in a snap and energizes nearly all the love genes in your man's mind. You will be astonished by how potent this little method is in making your man feel more gracious around you. And you feel strong and supported by how he reciprocates support onto you. And trust me, the way he looks at you after you slip this effortless method, everyone around will notice and literally feel his rapture for you, green-eyed to know your secrets. And that's just a taste of what you're getting in the Trinity Code. There are 16 more incredible techniques waiting for you inside that will drive your man into becoming an 18-wheeler of love and passion for you again. And look, before I continue, let me tell you what the Trinity Code is not. It's not theory, it's not vague, be nicer to your man advice. All 27 juicy methods you're getting are laid out in a step-by-step, do this, then do this format. All the work is done for you, no thinking on your part. You'll simply choose the method you want, follow the steps, watch your man transform into a hungry, devoted, romantic beast for you, satiating your thirst for the ravenous passion and attention and intimacy you deserve. Now here's where it gets even better for you. Me and Tommy, the guy who helped me set up this website and get this program into your hands, well, we had a huge disagreement. Why? He demanded we charge $200 for the Trinity Code. I nearly spit my coffee in his face, because if you're like me, as a woman and mother, $200 goes a long way. Food, bills, school supplies, and activities for my daughter. Then Tommy said, okay, how about 100? And I got to thinking about it. Only 100 to have the power to make any man go back to honeymoon mode whenever I want. So present with me, loving and caring and lustful for me. Only 100 to never stress if my man is going to abandon me and lose everything I worked to build again. Only 100 to know I'll never be lonely again, because I'll always be able to attract and keep a great guy. The more I thought about it, the power inside the Trinity Code isn't just worth 100. It's truly priceless. So I asked a few women who use the Trinity Code, and they said they would have given half their monthly salary to get such a powerful program. Yet I still refuse to charge 100. So me and Tommy made a deal to price the program as low as possible for this first time release, and at the same time, enough to keep the website up and running. So that means you get the full program, not for 200, not for 100 either. You get the reduced enrollment at only $67. And you know what? I even pulled his leg further just for women who are watching this video today only. Right now, for you, I fought tooth and nail and set up a half-off discount for all women who are watching this video today. And that's you. A $30 off discount just for you. So look below this video now. If you see a big orange funky looking button that says add to cart special discount, you get the discount. Not 200, not 100, not 67, just a one-time investment of $37. Click that button right now to get the full Trinity Code program right now. And look, I have no idea how much longer I can keep this program at this price, plus the discount you're getting. So if you want in, if you want the power to make nearly any man commit to you, if you want to diminish all your anxiety of wondering if your man is thinking of leaving you, simply click the orange button below and get started right now. And right after you click that button, you'll be taken to this 100% SSL secure encrypted page that looks like this. You'll enter in your details, then choose any upgrades you want, then you'll see this page. And voila! You'll be in the Trinity Code Secure Members Portal, where the full program is waiting for you to devour. Remember, the program is in digital format, so you'll download it to your computer, laptop, iPhone, tablet, Kindle, or whatever you choose. You can even print it out if you'd like. It's in digital format because I believe you shouldn't have to wait days or weeks to get started. You deserve to start using these relationship transforming methods in the Trinity Code 3 minutes from now. And it gets even better because this program is 100% guaranteed to work for you, or I'll refund every red cent you invested. Not a week, not a month, 60 full days of guaranteed goodness. Here's how it works. I want you to try the Trinity Code for the next 60 days. Put the methods to work and watch how drastically your man changes, or watch how drastically that man you want becomes infatuated and obsessed with you. And if for any reason the methods don't work for you, or you're not happy for any reason at all, just shoot me an email at tina@cheatproofhim.com and I'll personally refund every penny you spent. I give you 60 long days because that should be plenty of time to put the methods to work for you. And let's be honest, every woman is in a totally different situation in their life and relationship, and there's always a chance the methods won't work for some women. Everything doesn't work for everybody, right? Which is another reason I give you your full 60-day guarantee. All the risk is on me. Either your man transforms into that caring, attentive, never think about cheating lover you deserve, or you email me directly at tina@cheatproofhim.com to get a full refund, no questions asked. Oh, and I almost forgot something. I want to give you a free gift just for enrolling today. Quick question. Ever wish you could dive deep inside a man's head to find out what he's really thinking? Like, what is he wanting to say during those moments? Well, you'll love this free report called Confessions of a Male Mind, 299 Secrets All Men Wish Women Knew, but will never tell them. Now look, I did not make up these 299 secrets. This is straight from the horse's mouth. Insider secrets spoken directly from the thousands of anonymous men around the world from all walks and ages. You see, when I did all that research on forums, blogs, websites, I was shocked about how men would spill the beans on things they wish women knew, how they really felt about women, what they truly want from women. Secrets they'd never tell a woman face to face. So over time, I gathered all these men's thoughts, 299 of the most common ones, and put them into a special report for you. Organized in easy to navigate format, you'll learn 299 secrets men keep to themselves about sex, love, what he wishes you'd do more of, what he wishes you'd stop doing, and so many other juicy topics. This special report is a real eye-opener, and you'll jump back to it again and again for years to come. Armed with this report, you'll not only rejuvenate your relationship with your man, you'll communicate with all men 10 times better, easily interpret what he really means, and your man will think to himself, she really gets me, boosting his attraction and love and lust for you, because you'll be that one woman out of all of them who truly gets him and knows what he's thinking. Tommy wants me to sell this guy separately for at least $20, and maybe I will in the future, yet you won't pay anything for it today. I want you to have this free report because I truly want your relationship with your man or any man you desire to thrive. And once you're loaded with this special report plus the Trinity Code, your success is nearly inevitable. And look, Tommy, my web guy, doesn't know I'm giving you this, and I'll never hear the end of it if he finds out. So I can only slide you this juicy little bonus right here and right now. So just keep this gift between you and me. So look below this video now. Click that big orange button that says add to cart and take advantage of your half off discount and your free gift right now. Because listen, you've been with me through this entire presentation. That means you want this. You want to know deep in your heart your man wants you and only you. You want to become that woman every girl admires, that woman who seems to always be desired by all guys, and always has the most caring and attentive man on the block. A man who shows you how much you mean to him, all by using the simple methods in the Trinity Code. Imagine you two walking hand in hand. He stops, looks at you dead in the eye, pulls you in close, lips and bodies inches apart. His soft lips meet yours. Then he whispers in your ear, I feel so alive when I'm with you, and I can't see myself anywhere but here with you right now. And as you and your man walk through the world together, people will say, now there's a couple who's truly in love with each other. Now's your chance to join me and the hundreds of other empowered women who are using the Trinity Code risk-free. Simply click the big orange add to cart button below this video now and get started. And look, you're at a crossroads right now with 3 roads in front of you. 1. Do nothing. You can go back to the anxiety-ridden world, frustrated in relationships where the guy shows a ton of passion for you early on, but eventually loses interest and pulls away. Stay being that girl men never fully commit to. Stay being that girl that always gets cheating on, as was in my case. Or number 2, you could try it alone. You can take everything you learned here in this presentation and go it alone. And honestly, if that's what you want, I really hope it works for you. Just be ready to dedicate months or years of your life like I did, reading scientific studies and researching and researching and researching. And let me tell you, the process was like a full-time job. And if you do it wrong, you might drive a man even further away from you. Or number 3, let the Trinity code take over. The savvy choice. Risk nothing. Use this simple system that's worked for hundreds and thousands of women all around the world. Right now as you're watching this video, use the simple proven methods in the Trinity code to switch on the 3 love genes of your guy or any guy you choose to be with, transforming him into an obsessed monogamy junkie for you. I've done all the work for you. Let me hand you the keys to any man's mind. So right now, do what all the savvy women did. Click the big orange add to cart button right now. Get the full program, your insane half-off discount while it's still available, and don't forget the free gift, Confessions of a Male Mind Special Report. It's also going to be waiting for you in your members area. And could you do me one little favor? Once you've used the Trinity code, change your own love life and relationship with your man. Please, please, please share it with your daughter if you have one. And any other woman you feel could use it, because every woman needs this. Every deserving woman should have the power to make the men they desire want to be with them. The Trinity code is bigger than me. My goal is to help 1 million women around the world change their relationships forever and keep that man they love and desire right where he belongs, at home. And it all starts with you, right here, right now. Use this proven system to keep your man as yours forever. Click the orange add to cart button below right now, and I will see you on the inside. I'm Tina. Thank you.